Guys, today we've got people going crazy for Nike's new sneakers. You might actually be able to automatically win on the sneakers app, and Nike's new collaboration with Kim Kardashian is way bigger than we thought. Welcome to the midweek re-up. There is nothing to recap, at least nothing crazy, but we do have a lot of pressing stuff that is dropping right around the corner, so let's just jump straight into it. Supreme is back with Spring Summer 2025, and we've got a full drop list along with like a bunch of other stuff that's basically all starting February the 20th, which is tomorrow. Not all of this is going to be dropping. This is just kind of a look at the entire Spring Summer 25, but this Thursday we do have a drop, so some of this stuff will be releasing. So we got box logo crew necks, a whole SpongeBob collaboration, which actually looks, these are wild jackets. It's probably not for me, but I know some people are going to go crazy for this. A bunch of crazy different accessories and different stuff. Again, these are all going to be part of like different drops. We got ET down there in a Supreme hoodie. We got wallets, bunch of different bags, a Damien Hirst collaboration on puffer jackets, a little boxing bag and some tennis rackets, wild hats. These are the week 1 t-shirts, some more SpongeBob collab stuff. You got a Supreme C-Bob, more Supreme stuff. God, what is this, like cycling stuff? And this is the full drop list of what's happening week 1. So you are getting the ET, bunch of those bags and accessories. You're getting some boards, some crazy expensive jackets that are $1,100. And we also have a Nike collaboration, which shouldn't be dropping this Thursday, but we did just get first looks at these things. These are going to be dropping very soon, though, spring 2025. And of course, this is a Nike Air Max 1. So by the looks of it, it's just this all black pair. It does look to have that 86 midsole. I believe it's definitely bigger than a regular Air Max 1 Air unit. Maybe an oversized Nike swoosh. It's hard to tell from this shot, but you also get a white mini swoosh around the side. Overall, these don't look anything too crazy, but I imagine they do a bunch of different colors on this. But this is the only one that we have images of. Again, not dropping this Thursday, not dropping tomorrow. Well, I guess they could. Probably not dropping tomorrow, at some point very soon though. A raffle that is currently open but closing tomorrow is the Bricks and Wood New Balance 1000 Fresh Foam BB3 V3. So we got two different sneaker models. I do like the 1000s. I think these are pretty cool. You've got two different colorways. Again, raffle is open. It's a Bricks and Wood collaboration, and then this is the Fresh Foam BB V3. Another New Balance collaboration, this time with Joe Fresh Goods. We have spoke about these a bunch of different times. This is the 992 Aged Well. These are dropping on February the 21st. Now again, that is through Joe Fresh Goods website, so you can go and enter that now. But if you want to just chill out and wait on it, then you can. And the next release is going to be February the 28th, and that is going to be through newbalance.com and probably some other retailers as well. Nice colorway, nice pair of shoes, but probably not for me. This one's kind of out of nowhere, just recently popped up, but these are going to be dropping very soon. The undefeated Nike Air Zoom Spiridon. Here's a little shot of them. I don't even know if we have taken a look at that. I kind of feel like they're familiar, but I'm not entirely sure. Bunch of reflective details on these things. And yeah, so basically the update is that we had a little post by Undefeated. It's a video of them wearing these shoes, running through the desert with a helicopter. It's pretty crazy. But they posted this and said, coming soon. So we don't have a specific release date, but if they're dropping this promo stuff right now, then I imagine within the next couple weeks. Now, how the drop should go is through Undefeated, probably in store, maybe online as well, and then they'll have like the full rollout through the Nike sneakers app and probably a bunch of other retailers as well. Retail price is $160. Speaking of Spiridon style shoes, Travis Scott and Nike are going to be dropping their Field Jacks. This is the Limelight colorway. A little bit of an update, I guess. Basically, we had an image from, who was this again? I'm not entirely sure, but it was someone, I guess, close to Nike and Travis Scott who posted this on their Instagram story saying, thank you, Travis Scott and Nike. So they're sending out seeded pairs, which definitely means that the drop is right around the corner. Probably this month, but if not, early March. Also releasing very soon is the Jordan 4 Black Cat. That's right, not quite the Black Cat 4s, but those are dropping this year. In the meantime, if you wanted something a little bit stranger, these are going to be dropping very soon. We have official images. They retail for $210, and just like the white ones, it's a wild pair of shoes. It's a really weird and interesting idea for them to take the Jordan 4 silhouette and just be like, hey, why don't we just make a giant plastic net on the top? I don't necessarily understand it, but this is a thing, and it does exist, and it is coming now in all over black instead of all over white like the first one. We don't have a specific release date, but since these are official images, I would imagine very, very soon. We've got some new images and a release date for the upcoming Air Jordan 5 OG Grape, a pair of shoes that a lot of people are trying to grab. So the new images are over here looking real crispy. This was by the Soul Chasers. sneakers. Here you go. Here's your best looks yet. They're looking solid. The new release date is going to be April the 21st if you're after these things. Not entirely sure how hard these are going to be to get, but I mean, Nike and Jordan brand are just rolling out crazy retro after crazy retro. They're just keeping this stuff going. We know March is stacked, and now we know April is at least going to have a few bangers in there as well. A little bit further down the line, we have a release date for the Air Jordan 11 Gamma, which is supposed to be dropping this holiday season. To be exact, December the 13th. Now, we just have a speculative mock-up. We don't have any actual images of these things, but the new update is that they're going to be replacing the previously reported black, gray, red Air Jordan 11, and these are going to drop instead alongside the rare Air colorway, which they're dropping 2 this year. You can't forget about another big release that's happening next month. I think people are really excited about these, but it's kind of hard to gauge how people are feeling about Ma Maniere collaborations. Either way, I'm talking about the Air Jordan 3 diffused blue collab. These are dropping March the 15th, $225. It's a nice little break from all of the burgundies and all of those kind of like pinkish colors. Threw some blue on here, really nice materials. I think this is a solid pair of 3s. You're gonna have to let me know what you think about these down in the comment section, but it does seem like either there's a ton of stock or a ton of people manage to steal these things and sell them on the aftermarket, because the resale price currently for like a month early sneaker is not as bad as you would expect. I mean, we do know for a fact that these were stolen. Like, we spoke about that story a while ago where there was like someone who was caught with millions of dollars worth of sneakers, and they had boxes of these freaking Ma Maniere collabs. But I'd love to know what you think about this colorway. How does it stack up to the 2 other 3s that Ma Maniere has done? Where would you put these? Like 1, maybe 3, 2? We just got the best looks yet and a release date for the UNC Air Jordan 1. These are going to be a massive drop. Take a look at this over here. Obviously, we know all of the reports of these things being basically the lost and founds, just in the UNC color, and you can see exactly that. Like, yes, this material is all cracked up just like the lost and founds. Same thing around the ankle area. It definitely doesn't look as obvious because it's just white. Like the black material that you found on the lost and founds, it was like super obvious because all of the cracks were like light colored, but this is a lot more subtle. If you're someone who's like not a big fan of the aging, yes, you do still have this sailed out midsole, but honestly, I kind of like it. It works really nicely with the light blue and obviously the subtle sailing that's going on with this leather as well. Got some very detailed close-up shots of these things. Leather's looking fine. I imagine it's very similar, if not exactly the same, to the lost and founds. I did want to see some images of the box though. That's a little bit annoying because apparently what they've done with the box is just basically reverse the lost and found. So like the lost and founds, they have, well, I don't have that box there, but it has the orange lid and then the regular Jordan 1 black and red box at the bottom. This is just reversed. Either way, new release date on these is May the 10th. So again, we've got like stacked March, stacked April, and now a pretty crazy May, at least because of these. We're going to be getting a PSG Jordan 5 collaboration. Just remember that the Jordan 5 is having a big year this year. There's a bunch of different retros, collaborations, and PSG is jumping in and they're dropping this potentially. Now, this is obviously just a speculative mock-up, but we do have the color code, which is Off Noir, Particle Rose, Anthracite, and Pearl Pink and Sail. This is what they could look like. I mean, this could be a reverse where like most of the shoe is the pink color. These are going to be dropping at some point this holiday season. We've got another pair of Poly Air Max 1s. You know, the dot swoosh pair. This time the colorway is inspired by Lara Croft's titties. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but I mean, I just did. Maybe I'll have to blurt it out. Either way, it's a colorway inspired by Lara Croft, and this is it in hand. So they obviously started with like the Kai Cenat promo for the OG colorway, the white and the red pair, and now they're throwing this color on. It makes sense that they're getting colorways inspired by video games. This is the color that they're basically going with, and apparently there's supposed to be some kind of Easter egg that's hidden within the sneaker, so any fans of the game, it somehow ties into it, but you can't really see anything from the outside. Literally just the color is the same. Either way, the release for these is spring 2025 at some point, no exact release date. Martine, Rose, and Nike are teaming up to drop another 2 colorways on their crazy Shocks pair. I feel like the Shocks wave is only really hitting now, and their first collaboration that they did was kind of early, but yes, eventually people came to really love this pair of shoes. It's like an extreme high heel version of the regular regular pair of shocks, and then obviously they kind of chop the top off of it, so it's more like a mule. Either way, these are the two colorways that are going to be dropping. These are speculative mock-ups, but you got a silver and a red pair, and they're going to be dropping fall 2025. Let me know if any of you guys actually tried this pair of shoes. It is definitely wild, something that I never tried, but I'd love to know if you have and what you think about it. We got an upcoming Nike SB Dunk Low collaboration dropping pretty soon. This is between Nike and Limousine Skateboards, and this is basically what is going to be dropping. So this speculative mock-up is based off of this very blurry and close-up image. So you can see it kind of looks like, I don't know, scaly, maybe lobster-like or something like that. It's a little bit glossy, I think. No specific release date, just summer 2025, and no better images. So if we get anything else, I'll update you guys. We just found out that we're going to be getting a Kith and On collaboration very, very soon, spring 2025. So literally either this or next month. And this is them over here. Now, I wasn't entirely sure what model this was, but apparently according to House of Heat, it looks the most similar to the Cloud Rise Cyclone, which I believe is that weird subscription shoe that you can get from On that we took a look at. I think it's like $25 a month or something. You subscribe to the shoe and they send you like a new pair every 6 months or a year. But I don't think these are going to have the subscription model, and they do look very different to that pair, at least in terms of materials. These are going to be dropping, it says apparently in April, for $200. I mean, that's probably about right for a Kith On collaboration. And we got a couple different colors, the all over white and sail one, and then this black one. You've got a little bit of Kith branding on the medial side, and then you've got the box over here. Interesting to see On doing collaborations like this. They've definitely increased in hype substantially. This is a really cool story. So take a look at this. There is a $23.5 million mansion that people found on Zillow, and it comes with an insane Jordan room. You've got a literal basketball hoop over here, a giant Jordan branded sticker on the wall, and then some of the sneakers that are in here. We got Travis Scott's down there, a bunch of different colors of Jordan 1s, the off-white Chicago's, a regular pair of Chicago's, bunch more in the background over here. And yes, this house, if you buy this property, you get all of the shoes. Like, bro's literally selling everything. He's not taking the sneakers with him. So here's some shots of the outside, which is insanely nice house. I think there's a basketball court in here as well. Where is it? Yeah, look at that. There's no way. There's an entire That's insane. The Zillow listing also says that over 60 NBA players, including Kobe Bryant, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, and others, have visited the home. I don't know whether they were potential buyers or not, but there is a bunch of pictures with the guy who's selling it and all of these different NBA players. Obviously, we got Kobe Bryant over there. We've got a bunch of close-up shots. These ones, you can actually see the shoes a little bit better. You can kind of peek out, hey, if I got an extra 23 milli sat in the background, what shoes am I buying? Either way, this is insane. I love it. It is freaking dope. And if I ever become a multi-millionaire, I'm gonna build myself one of these things. Right, let's talk about some updates for the upcoming Nike GT Future. We've seen a lot more updates on this pair of shoes. People are going crazy for it. So again, on Sunday, we spoke about how Wale basically teased them or debuted them, kind of. But now we have some more information. I don't even think we knew the name of it when I spoke about them on Sunday. They are called the GT Futures, and we've seen a bunch of different colorways since then. So obviously we have this orange pair that kind of lights up. It's almost got an ombre effect to it, but yeah, it is fully reflective, at least on the top. Then we've got this like eggplant copper style colorway. It even looks like we're getting a metallic one, although that looks like a different shoe. Here's some in-hand shots of these things. They look so sleek. It's like kind of future retro. It's kind of taking us back to that Foamposite era, but in a really futuristic way. I really like these things. A lot of people really like these things. Here's the black color as well, looking real sleek. Retail price on these is $190, and they should be dropping later on this year, holiday 2025. Very interesting pair of shoes, and a lot of people like them, including Kanye West. He made a post talking about this pair of shoes and basically said like how inspired they are at the Yeezy team by this pair of shoes. And he thanked Nike for making them. What's weird is like you never know if he's actually being serious or not. Like, is this a dig or is this like him being genuine? Either way, let me know what you think about these down in the comment section, and would you pay $190 for them? Sticking with basketball, we got some official images of the Shai Converse signature shoe, the 001 butter colorway. This is them over here. You can see you got that Air Zoom branding because you got Air Zoom pods in here, even though it is a Converse sneaker, which is interesting. I kind of like it. They retail for $130, and this is definitely not my favorite color, the butters, but I can imagine like some of the colorways that will be included with this will be very, very nice. I'm a big fan of these shoes. I think they look sick. Look at that, like on foot, just with like those little padded upper pieces. It's a dope pair, but again, I'm gonna need a different colorway. Here we go. I told you guys, I made my top 10 New Balance sneakers for 2025, and in there I included this Gani collaboration on a fuel cell trainer, basically like a retro runner shoe, but with New Balance's like most premium foam underneath, fresh foam. And now we're getting the GR colorways. I told you this would be coming. This is some of the first looks at the pair. This is a colorway, I guess, just kind of like a minty green bluish type one. So I don't know if this is going to be the first one or if it's going to be one of the colorways that drop, because we also got some other ones. This pair of shoes is very, very good. Now, I did say in my video that the Gani collaboration was too much. I don't really like those colors. They had like glitter on them and everything, but the sneaker itself, very, very good. Especially if they do something that's just a little bit more in line with like the retro runner aesthetic. These ones do look a little bit more, I guess, kind of casual running crossover type shoe. But if you were looking for an incredibly comfortable pair of shoes, this is definitely up there. Sticking with New Balance, we got a couple new models that they're going to be dropping alongside Aim Leon Dore. So this is a very interesting look at two pretty unique looking pairs of shoes. So the first one is this one over here, which I guess kind of looks like this, the RX 505 from New Balance. So a very low profile, sort of slimmed down version, maybe a little bit more trying to compete with the Puma Speedcats and Adidas Sambas of the world. Then they go one step further and are dropping something even more slimline, almost look like damn like water shoes. So this is it over here. You can see in hand, kind of, yeah, very, very low profile, slim pair of shoes. Interesting silhouette. It probably will be pretty popular, I would imagine, just considering the hype for, you know, Speedcats and Sambas at this point. But these should be dropping spring summer 2025, so pretty damn soon. Very tiny update on the New Balance 2000, a very highly anticipated pair of sneakers. We just got some official images of them, so this was like the first photo that we saw of this guy wearing them, and now you have some shots of what they look like. So yeah, definitely inspired by like I would assume the Nike Shocks. At least that's what these little pillowy, springy cushions look like. This is a very cool looking pair of shoes. Like, I'm definitely going to be in line to get them. I do like this colorway as well. I'd probably grab these if this was the launch color. But unfortunately, we don't have an update on the release date just at some point. Probably spring, summer, but we'll have to wait and see. Right, we got to talk about probably one of the biggest pieces of news that came out literally just a few hours ago. Nike is collaborating with Skims and Kim Kardashian. You may have heard about this news that Nike is going to be partnering with Skims, and you probably just think it's a little collaboration, but this is actually a pretty massive deal because it's not just a collaboration, it's an entire new sub-brand. So kind of like how Nike owns Jordan, and that's kind of like its own thing, that's what Nike Skims is going to be like. And to really solidify how big of a deal this is, Nike's stock just jumped up, I think about 4, maybe 5%, which is something that they really need right now because they have been definitely dropping in the stock price. And, you know, we've been speaking about all of Nike's issues more recently, but the way that they went about this does kind of really signal that Nike might be a little bit desperate, because one of the most interesting things I found when I was reading all of like the news about this collaboration, this is very unusual for Nike to partner with Skims, as in like it's a 50-50 kind of thing, like they're both equals in this collaboration. Nike typically doesn't do that. If Nike likes a brand, they usually consume it and actually just buy up the entire business, like we saw with Converse and Harley. Or of course they'll just do little collaborations where it's like, you know, using a brand's influence on specific products, and that's about it. So them going straight in and just creating a whole new sub-label brand is pretty wild. It's something that we haven't really seen before. Now, Skims, I believe, is like a $4 billion business, so it is extremely popular, and we've seen a lot more of Skims like doing more collaborations recently. Like they did a North Face one. They became like the official underwear partners to the NBA and the WNBA. And to my point of Nike being pretty desperate with this, it says over here, year, while Nike hit over $13 billion in apparel sales in the 2024 financial year, this was a 0% increase from the previous year, and Nike Skims is the defibrillator for this stagnant growth. It does seem like Nike is kind of suffering in a lot of different aspects of their business, and they're really trying to shake things up. They've got a new CEO, they're dropping new products, they're focusing on innovation, and they're doing pretty wild and unusual collaborations like this. And what's also pretty interesting, according to this article, Kanye West still owns 5% of Skims. So technically, Kanye's working with Nike now. So in terms of products, obviously they're going to be doing what Skims does best, a lot of female-focused apparel products, but they are also going to be doing sneakers. So they're going to be working on different lifestyle and performance shoes, including the Air Max Muse, Air Superfly, and some of the basketball models like the A1 and Sabrina 2. All of this is launching in the US at first through Nike.com/Nike Skims, and then it's going to have a global release at some point in 2026. This definitely has potential to become pretty massive. But sticking with Nike, let's talk about how you can get some automatic W's on the Nike sneakers app. So this is a pretty cool thing. Nike is giving out guaranteed sneaker wins. So essentially, they're copying Adidas. You remember when the Adidas Confirmed app did those little golden tickets? That's practically what this is. They're calling this the Sneakers Instant Got 'em. Like, how nice does that sound? So a one-time pass that allows the winner to select one sneaker style between I think the 20th of February through to the 31st of March. You know how many heaters are dropping in that time period? Union 1s, SB Jordan 4s, there's a bunch of others in there as well. But the problem with this is that we don't know how they're implementing it. We do know that I think it's only going to be on the US version of the Nike sneakers app, so I assume it'll just pop up on your feed, or maybe you'll just get a notification that you're the winner. But we do know that this is a thing. They've got all of the T's and C's over here, and it's going to be running for over a month. So that's pretty cool to see. If any of you get this, make sure you let me know. DM me on Instagram or drop a comment in the comment section, because that will just be weird to kind of find out a little bit more about this. Either way, if I get any updates, I will let you guys know. Apparently, Nike is going to be doing a Donkey Kong Air Max 1. So we got this post over here saying that it's confirmed. It does say that they're releasing a Donkey Kong Country-inspired Nike Air Max 1. So meaning the colors are going to be inspired by it. It may look exactly like this, which would be pretty crazy. It's not going to be an official collaboration, at least according to this. Maybe we'll see something different in a bit, but this is a very small little leak and rumor. Spring 2025, though, is not far away, so if we get any more updates, I will let you guys know, but let me know if you would cop this. Right, this one gets me really confused, because I've seen so many people talk about how the UNC Jordan 1s are going to have an insane amount of stock, like super high amount of pairs out there. But what's really weird is either these things are just insanely hyped up and everybody wants them, or something a little bit weird is going on and they are more limited than we think. Because the resale prices on different apps is still well over $1,000. And these things drop in literally 8 days. So something is not quite adding up here, because we've seen early shoes, especially like Jordan 1. Some of them even go under retail before the launch. Now, obviously, I know that this is a collaboration, but it's very rare that we see the resale prices staying this high this close to the drop. Could be wrong, but just wanted to put it out there. Everybody's saying a very high stock, but I'm not entirely convinced just yet. But that wraps it up for this week's news. Again, we do this every single Wednesday and every single Sunday as well. Make sure you join me for Sneaky Sundays by subscribing to the channel. And if you want to check out another video, highly recommend that one over there. And it's not just me, YouTube says it as well.